Naruto is one of the bosses of Shounen, with many impressive achievements and an attractive plot. It consists of many characters and many events that are related to each other. In this video, I summarize all the events that have happened from the beginning to the end of Naruto. The video will help those who have watched Naruto to review all the knowledge, and those who are lazy to hear rumors that Naruto is hot but still have not had a chance to watch it all. Then you have found the right channel. Please prepare popcorn and water and join the wonderful journey of the ninja world and Naruto. Note that there are a few time milestones in the movie that are not very clear, so there will be a few stages based on personal calculations to give some specific years below. This is the most important time of the story, when Kagaya Otsutsuki and Ishiki Atsuki were sent down to Earth to plant the God Tree and harvest the chakra fruit of it to bring back to the Otsutsuki clan outside Earth. Kagaya betrayed Ishiki and pushed him to the brink of death. Then Kagaya was discovered by the people of the Land of Ancestors, met Emperor Tenji and became his wife. In this stage, Kagaya ate the fruit of the chakra tree and became the first person in the world to possess it. She also ended the war here and was worshipped by the people as the goddess of the moon, Usagi no Megami. Then she gave birth to two sons, Otsutsuki Hagoromo and Otsutsuki Himura, the first people in the world to be born with innate chakra in their bodies. In order to preserve the order of peace, Kagaya became more and more dictatorial, and anyone who opposed her was put into the infinite Tsukuyomi technique. And gradually became light Zetsu, turning into energy for the God Tree. After her two sons, Hagoromo and Himura, realized that, they rose up against and successfully sealed Kagaya and pushed her to the moon. In the battle, Kagaya merged with the God Tree to become the Ten Tails to fight with her two sons. Finally, Hagoromo decided to seal the huge amount of chakra of the Ten Tails into himself and became the first Jinchuriki. He continued to divide its power into 9 separate bodies, which are the 9-tailed beasts that we know today. Later, Hagoromo had children with a woman and gave birth to 2 people, Indra and Ashura. Indra, the eldest son of him, was a genius, quickly mastered chakra and also created modern ninjutsu as we know today. He was also the predecessor of Madara, as we later learned, and the ancestor of the Uchiha clan. The youngest son, Ashura, was the predecessor of Hashirama. Growing up under the shadow of his brother Indra, because he did not possess innate talent like his brother, he had to try his best in every task. He relied on the help of others to be successful. Seeing the enthusiasm and perseverance from Ashura, Hagoromo decided to choose Ashura as his successor before he died. But this inadvertently made Indra jealous and angry, causing the 2 brothers to fight for many years. About 93 years before the birth of Naruto, the big clans in the world were formed. And the most notable are the 2 clans Senju and Uchiha. At this time, the world was constantly at war to gain land, power, and opportunity. In countless wars for power, the battle between the 2 strongest clans at that time, Senju and Uchiha, was always the most fierce and indecisive. The relatives of the Senju clan fell one by one at the hands of the Uchiha clan. And the opposite also happened around 76 years before Naruto was born. Madara and Hashirama were born, marking the appearance of 2 great ninjas. Hashirama Senju and Uchiha Madara met each other when they were young. But they did not know each other's identity. They quickly became close friends and shared everything about the death of their brothers, the desire to protect their remaining brothers, and the dream of a peaceful world where children do not have to fight. After learning each other's identity, they had to face each other on the battlefield. Each of them became the leader of their clan. In the end, Hashirama used his own identity to reconcile the feud between the 2 clans and aim for peace. However, the death of Izuna, Madara's younger brother, in the battle with Tobirama made Madara continue to fight with the Senju clan. However, the members of the Uchiha clan saw the vision of peace and decided to surrender to the Senju. Finally, the decisive battle between Madara and Hashirama broke out with Madara's defeat. It was from this failure and Hashirama's sacrifice to stop the bloodshed. Madara accepted the peace proposal. Senju and Uchiha formed a treaty with the Fire Country, allowing them to establish the village of Konoha. Among them, the Shimura and Sarutobi clans were one of the first clans to join the Leaf Village. Along with the Uchiha and Senju, the other clans also ended their wars and hatred. Because of the alliance between the two clans that had hated each other, the Uchiha and Senju, or simply because of the fear of the terrifying power of these two clans. The moment the Uchiha and Senju shook hands was also the end of the Warring States period, marking the replacement of the shinobi system. And of the 5 great powers in the Warring States period, some important characters were born in this period. They can be mentioned as the Gold and Silver Brothers of the Cloud Village, Ginkaku and Kinkaku, who later ate the flesh of the 9-tailed beast to possess a large amount of chakra. Izuna, Madara's younger brother, along with Tobirama, the future second Hokage, also appeared. A member of Akatsuki, Kakuzu, was also born in this period of time. About 50 years before Naruto's birth, after peace was established, Hashirama became the first Hokage of the Leaf Village. At the same time, other countries also began to establish their villages. It was also at this time that the Stone Village was built, with Ishikawa becoming the first Tsuchikage. About a year later, Madara was able to decipher the stone of the Uchiha clan. Through research, Madara learned about the history of shinobi, the failure of Kagaya's plan for eternal peace, the fate of the battle between Uchiha and Senju, and how to unify the world. Uchiha Madara then left the village and returned to attack Konoha many times. Around 44 years before Naruto's birth, the Cloud Village was established. At this time, the Gold and Silver Brothers Kinkaku tried to catch Kurama but were swallowed by it. Also at this time, Reto the first Kazekage gathered everyone and the Sand Village was established. At the same time, the monks of the Sand Village also successfully sealed the one-tailed Shikaku. A year later, Tobirama Senju founded the Ninja Academy. This was the premise for the students to grow up and advance on the path of becoming a true shinobi. At the same time, Uchiha Madara had controlled the 9-tailed beast and attacked Konoha again. The first Hokage Hashirama had to fight again. They fought until they were exhausted, and from that fierce battle, the Valley of the End was formed. The battle ended with Madara's defeat. The 9-tailed beast was sealed inside the body of Mito Uzumaki, the wife of the first Hokage, and became a Jinchuriki. After the battle, the news of Madara's death spread quickly and his body was secretly hidden so that no one could find and exploit it. But Madara had planned ahead for his failure. He used a Izanagi at some point after his death to change reality and make himself alive again. Predicting this, Black Zetsu found Madara's body and hid inside it. Then he was deceived that Madara had created him. After being revived, Madara left a copy to replace his real body and escaped with a piece of Hashirama's flesh obtained from the battle. Madara implanted that flesh into his body and successfully awakened the Rinnegan. About 40 years before Naruto was born, the Ninja Academy received the first 36 shinobi graduates. They included Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, Udatane Koharu, and Mito Kato Hamura. About 34 years before Naruto's birth, after a period of establishing the ninja villages, they continued to face the risk of war. The first Hokage decided to organize the first 5 Kage summits and invited the Kage to the village to give them the tailed beasts to balance the power between the countries. It was also an act of goodwill and friendship. However, the bloodshed could not be avoided and the efforts to prevent the war also failed. In an unspecified period of time, the first Hokage died and Tobirama became the second Hokage. He also established the Konoha Guard team and a peace treaty between the Leaf and Cloud villages was formed. The second Hokage and the second Raikage met at the ceremony. But the Gold and Silver Brothers Ginkaku and Kinkaku rebelled and attacked the 2 Kage successfully, causing them to die. In the First Ninja War, Tobirama's team, as well as Danzo Shimura, Torufu Akimichi and Kagami Uchiha, were surrounded by the Kinkaku force of the Cloud Village. There was no way to escape. Tobirama volunteered to be the bait instead of Sarutobi, and he handed over the title of Hokage to him before being killed by Kinkaku. At this moment, Danzo also felt jealous of Sarutobi, and it was the premise for the confrontation between them later. The First Ninja War ended, but the aftermath left for the five great powers was immense. Then the treaties led to a period of peace that was established among the countries. About 32 years before Naruto was born, 3 ninjas under the training of the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen graduated from the Ninja Academy, namely Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru. In the following years, many important characters were also born, such as Abe the 4th Raikage, Raza the 4th Kazekage, Hyuga Hayashi Azashi, Inoichi Yamanaka, Choza Akimichi, Shikaku Nara, and Naruto's parents, Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina. 23 years before Naruto's birth, the four-tailed Son Goku was sealed into Rashi of the Stone Village and became the Jinchuriki of the four-tailed beast. 19 years before Naruto was born. At the same time, in this period of time, after many years, Madara had completed his plan. He called it the Moon Eye for his peace. But when his years were fading away, Madara knew that he could not complete his plan before he died. So, he implanted his Rinnegan into a young Nagato. But the boy didn't know that Nagato intended to use his eyes to revive Madara one day. However, if Nagato did this, Madara would need a representative to act on his behalf and guide Nagato. Aiming for this ultimate goal, Madara waited to connect himself with the demon statue to keep himself alive, until someone could find him. He spent time watching Konoha closely, looking for a suitable pawn to replace him. About 25 years before Naruto was born, the Second Ninja War broke out. The old treaties led to a period of peace after the First War. But after about 20 years, the economic disparity between the countries became a serious problem. The industry in the Rain Village developed extremely strong at this time. The countries began to form factions, and for the reason of expanding the right of equality. The countries began to use military force to expand their territory. From there, the Second Ninja War began. According to Obito, the Leaf Village was the one that started this war. The battles took place mainly in the territory of the Rain Village and ended with a favorable result for the Leaf Village. In a battle with Hanzo of the Rain Village, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru were the only Leaf Village ninjas who survived after Hanzo's attack. And as a reward for this, Hanzo called them the legendary Sannin of Konoha. In the battle, Tsunade became a famous medical ninja when she could successfully neutralize Chiyo's poisons. Tsunade was considered the biggest contributor to Konoha's victory. As well as the modern medical system that she developed her combat techniques and skills from the war, training directly for the wounded shinobi and changing their position in the shinobi lineup. Helping the survival rate in the battles increase significantly. During this time, Sasori was born. At the same time, his parents also died on the battlefield at the hands of Hatake Sakumo. This event also influenced his decision to join Akatsuki later. Sakumo also rose to fame with the title of White Fawn of the Leaf Village. After the battle ended, Jiraiya returned to the village and met and accepted 3 orphans of the Rain Village, Yahiko, Konan and Nagato, as disciples, caring for and teaching them ninjutsu. About 10 years before Naruto was born, Uzumaki Kushina was kidnapped by the Cloud Village ninja and rescued by Minato and brought back to the Leaf Village. A year later, Kakashi, Obito and Rin joined the Ninja Academy. Also in this year, after training the 3 orphans to master chakra control and be able to protect themselves, Jiraiya decided to leave his 3 students to continue his journey. 6 years before Naruto was born, Hatake Sakumo returned after doing the mission. Deciding to save his teammates, ignoring his mission, he was despised and criticized by his teammates and other ninjas, leading to depression, causing Sakumo to end his life. For years before Naruto was born, due to the decline of national power, the dynasties of the 5 great powers were at risk of collapse. At the border of the big countries, conflicts with smaller nations broke out. The war lasted and spread until it became the Third Great Ninja War. This war was unprecedented. It tortured all countries with the lack of war capabilities. Even in a big village like Konoha, many children who had barely graduated from the academy were thrown into the battlefield only to die soon. On the front lines, the Stone Village attacked the Grass Village, but faced the resistance of the Leaf Village. The Sand Village and the Cloud Village also joined the war. There were many clashes between the Stone Village and the Cloud Village, which caused the third Raikage to sacrifice himself and give way to aid to become the fourth Raikage. The war between the Cloud Village and the Leaf Village was also mentioned with the battle between Namikaze Minato and the duo EB. After that, the two villages signed a peace treaty, although during that time the Cloud Village tried to steal the Byakugan. During this period, Obito was seriously injured and gave a Sharingan to Kakashi. Meanwhile, Madara found Obito and used Hashirama's cells to replace Obito's injured limbs. He also placed a curse in his heart to prevent Obito from opposing him. The Mist Village also participated in the war against the Leaf Village by turning Rin Noara into the host of the Three Tails. Ao from the Mist Village defeated and took the Byakugan from a member of the Hyuga clan, and realized the abnormality of the Mizukage in office. This battle was also the process in which Madara gradually corrupted Obito to make Obito witness Hatake Kakashi killing his own beloved girl Rin Noara. Driven to despair, Obito and Kakashi simultaneously awakened the Manjikyu Sharingan. At the same time, Obito agreed to join Madara's plan. The third Tsuchikage and the third Hokage made efforts to sign a treaty to end the war despite the pressure from the factions. However, the Stone Village only agreed to sign the treaty when Minato alone defeated the invasion of thousands of shinobi from the Stone Village and the Grass Village. The other ninja villages received orders to run when Namikaze Minato was on the battlefield. Because with his special body technique, he swept a group of shinobi in just a few seconds. Also at this time, Yakushi Kabuto was found by Nono and brought back and raised at the orphanage in Konoha. Later, Orochimaru discovered his talent, and Kabuto decided to follow him to conduct experiments. This was the premise leading to the Fourth Great Ninja War, the largest war in the entire Naruto world. After the Third War, Minato became Hokage thanks to his contribution to the battle that helped Konoha win and received the title of Yellow Flash of the Leaf Village. He became the fourth Hokage after the third retired. Madara ended his life after corrupting Obito and making him carry out his plan. Obito, under the name of Madara, and Zetsu came to meet Nagato and carried out the long-planned conspiracy. At the same time, in the Rain Village, Yahiko, Nagato, Konan and many other shinobi formed a ninja group called Akatsuki. At first, they only preached peace for the Rain Village and achieved many successes. They even invited Hanzo to cooperate with them. In the anime, they accidentally broke Danzo's effort to break a ceasefire between the Leaf Village and the Stone Village. Danzo used corpses to blame Akatsuki for killing shinobi of the Rain Village. Hanzo was afraid that Akatsuki would confront and seize his power. He betrayed them and called for support from Danzo and Root, a branch of the Umbu. The confrontation between the two sides led to Yahiko's suicide. Nagato reacted by summoning the Outer Path demonic statue to slaughter all the ninja of the Rain Village and the original Umbu. Those who were ordered to kill Nagato could not destroy the group and led to a civil war. As soon as it ended, Nagato became the new leader of the Rain Village and the complete destruction of Hanzo's faction. Also in the battle, Hatake Kakashi, Minato's student, thanks to his feat at the Kanabi Bridge, his reputation rose. With the title of Copy Ninja Kakashi, he also joined the ANBU under Minato's command. Uchiha Itachi was also hurt by the war and influenced by the battle. He changed his mind, shaping the rest of his life with the desire to seek peace at all costs. This also affected his decision to exterminate the entire Uchiha clan later. Sasori, a future member of Akatsuki, a genius in the art of puppet manipulation, was also known by the title of Red Sand Sasori. Because of his habit of dyeing the sand red with the blood of his enemies, Sasori also left the village after a while, and secretly killed the third Kazekage and turned him into a puppet, leading to the appointment of Raza as the fourth Kazekage. This is all that has happened throughout more than 1,000 years of history since the world of shinobi was formed until before the milestone of the birth of the main character Naruto. After the Third Ninja War ended, Namikaze Minato was in charge of the position of the fourth Hokage of the Leaf Village. The comic book begins with the Nine Tails attacking the Leaf Village and destroying most of the village, taking the lives of many villagers. Also that night Obito broke into the village and killed countless Umbu and other ninja, including Sarutobi Buwako, Taji. Also that night Kushina gave birth to Naruto and weakened the seal of the Nine Tails in her body. Taking advantage of this, Obito freed Kurama to attack the Leaf Village. When Kurama attacked the Leaf Village, Obito pulled Minato to another location to fight, forcing the third Hokage and the elite shinobi to go out to stop and push the Nine Tails out of the village. After the battle, Minato won and made Obito run away and return to support everyone against Kurama. Finally, with his and Kushina's efforts, Minato successfully performed the dead demon consuming seal, sealing half of Kurama into Naruto and the other half into himself. But the price to pay was the lives of both Minato and Kushina. At the same time, they asked the third Hokage to take care of and raise Naruto to adulthood. After the death of the fourth, Sarutobi Hiruzen was reappointed as the third Hokage. At the same time, during this period, many characters of the comic were born. Gaara was also born at this time and Shikaku was sealed into him as soon as he was in his mother's womb. About a year after Naruto was born, Ebisu, Guy, and Genma clashed with the seven swordsmen of the mist. And Might Due, Guy's father, had to sacrifice himself by opening the eighth gate of the eight gates, to hold back the seven swordsmen for them to escape. Under Might Due's efforts, the seven swordsmen of the mist lost two members, Jinin Akabino and Kuririn Kushimaru. The Ninja Academy was also rebuilt after the devastation of the Nine Tails, and Gekko Hayate and Yumino Irika also became genin at this time. 2 years after Naruto was born, Uchiha Itachi joined the Ninja Academy and passed the graduation exam to become a genin after only 1 year. At the same time, Kabuto left the orphanage and Uchiha Shisui rose to fame with the title of Shunshin no Shisui, meaning Shisui of the body flicker. In that period of time, a boy had slaughtered all the participants of the genin exam in the Mist Village. That was Momochi Zabuza, who opened the dark era of the Mist Village with the name of the Blood Mist Village. A year later, Orochimaru left Konoha and started his own journey. In an unspecified period of time, Orochimaru joined Akatsuki. At the same time, Kabuto and Itachi became genin and Itachi met Danzo for the first time. The Mist Village also had to change the way of testing genin because the test that time had created a real killing demon. During this time, the Leaf Village and the Cloud Village shook hands and signed a peace treaty. A year later, Danzo ordered Yamato to kill Kakashi and take his Sharingan. Also in this time, Uchiha Itachi awakened Sharingan and became a genin in just 1 year. About 6 years after Naruto was born, Sasuke and Naruto and their friends joined the Ninja Academy. At the same time, Uchiha Itachi joined Umbu when he was only 10 years old and was in Kakashi's team. In this period of time, Itachi had some strange actions and Shisui was sent to follow him. Then they discovered the intention of Uchiha Fugaku and planned to change his mind with Shisui's Kotoeme Tsukumi illusion. But the plan failed because Danzo tried to take Shisui's pair of Sharingan eyes, leading to Shisui's death and giving his remaining eye to Itachi. Witnessing Shisui's death, Itachi awakens Manjikyu Sharingan. 8 years after Naruto's birth, Uchiha Itachi became the captain of Umbu when he was only 13 years old. A short time after taking office, Itachi was ordered to exterminate his entire clan. He found out that Obito at that time was posing as Madara and the two of them slaughtered the clan together. Uchiha Itachi asked the third Hokage to protect his brother and threatened Danzo if he dared to harm Sasuke. Then he joined Akatsuki with Juzo Biwa as his partner. 2 years later, Juzo Biwa was killed by Yagura, and at the same time Orochimaru tried to take over Itachi's body and Sharingan. But he failed and left Akatsuki with a nightmare about Sharingan. After that, Itachi, Sasori and Kisame met Deidara and persuaded him to join Akatsuki. Sometime after leaving Akatsuki, the Sound Village was established by Orochimaru. Rock Lee, Tenten, Niji also became genin and joined a team with Might Guy as their leader. Also in this period of time, Momochi Zabuza along with Haku and Anakyodai left the Mist Village after their attempt to create a coup and kill Mizukage failed. To avoid being hunted, Zabuza joined Gado's gang. A year later, Naruto's story began with the graduation exam of the Ninja Academy. Naruto had failed 3 times and stole the Forbidden Scroll. Half a day later, the Konoha shinobi chased after Naruto. Mizuki caught up with him and tried to take the scroll. In the end, Iruka and Naruto fought against Mizuki and Naruto mastered the multi-shadow clone technique and defeated Mizuki. He was also recognized by Iruka as a graduate. In the graduation ceremony, 27 students were officially recognized as ninjas. The 27 students were divided into 9 teams, each team consisting of 3 shinobi. Then they performed individual tests and completed the team formation. Team 7 consisted of Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura under the guidance of Kakashi. Team 10 consisted of Ino, Shikamaru, Choji under the guidance of Asuma. Team 8 under the guidance of Kurenai consisted of Hinata, Shino and Kiba. After forming Team 7, they performed some missions until they were assigned the task of escorting Tazuna. During this mission, Team 7 encountered Momochi Zabuza for the first time and won, forcing him to retreat. Then they started training in the nearby forest. There Naruto met Haku, and the mission ended with the death of Zabuza and Haku. About 3 months after returning to the village from the mission, Sarutobi Hiruzen announced that the Chunin exam would start on July 1st with a total of 3 rounds. The written test, the survival training in the Forest of Death, and the final test was a one-on-one fight. During this time, Orochimaru also killed Rosa, and impersonated him to participate in the exam. In the second round of the exam, Gaara killed the shinobi of the Rain Village and completed the test in 1 hour and 37 minutes. In the exam, Sasuke encountered Orochimaru for the first time and received a seal from him on his shoulder. At the same time, all teams 7, 9, 10 and 3 passed the second round along with Shinobi and Kabuto. After finishing the second round of the Chunin exam, Naruto met Jiraiya and followed him to study for a month. At the same time, Kakashi began to train Sasuke to prepare for the third round of the fight. The third round began with a series of one-on-one matches between shinobi such as Sakura Ino, Gaara Lee, Shikamaru Temari, and Naruto Niji. In the match between Sasuke and Gaara was interrupted by Orochimaru's plan to attack his Leaf Village. The third Hokage sacrificed himself to stop Orochimaru's plan. He also sealed his arm in Orochimaru's attack. Naruto and Gaara fought each other and the victory leaned towards Naruto. After the battle, Gaara sympathized with Naruto and changed. Later, he became a close friend of Naruto. The Fire Country urgently organized a meeting to find the next Hokage to replace and hold a funeral for Hiruzen. Not long after the funeral of the third, Uchiha Itachi returned with Kisame to look for the nine-tailed beast. Kakashi, Asuma, Kurenai, Guy confronted them and failed. Itachi and Kisame after the battle found Naruto and Sasuke but were stopped by Jiraiya and temporarily retreated. A short time later, Naruto left Konoha with Jiraiya to find Tsunade to become the fifth Hokage. More than a month after leaving to find Tsunade, Naruto mastered Rasengan and was on his way back when he ran into Orochimaru. Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru fought. The Battle of the Three Legendary Sannin ended with the defeat of Orochimaru and Kabuto. Then the three of them returned to Konoha. Tsunade became the fifth Hokage. Shikamaru also became a Chunin during this time. After the encounter with Itachi, Sasuke, feeling inferior about his own strength, decided to challenge Naruto. But the match was stopped by Kakashi. Sasuke met 4 members of the Five Sound Village and was persuaded to leave the village with Orochimaru to seek power to avenge Itachi. Naruto formed a group with Shikamaru, Kiba, Choji and Neji to chase after Sasuke and stop his actions. The group brought Sasuke back and faced the obstruction of the Five Sound Village, forcing them to fight. Choji with Jirobo, Neji with Kadamaru, Kiba with Sakan Yukon, Shikamaru with Tayuya and Rock Lee and Gaara with Kimimaro. Finally, Naruto and Sasuke fought at the Valley of the End with the victory leaning towards Sasuke. From here, Sasuke left the village to follow Orochimaru to train and increase his strength. Sometime after the battle, Naruto recovered and once again followed Jiraiya to leave Konoha to train. 14 years after Naruto was born, Gaara became the 5th Kazekage of the Sand Village. At the same time, Kankuro and Temari became Jounin. A year later, Naruto's friends Shino, Tenten, Sakura, Choji, Neji, Kiba, Ino, Lee and Hinata all became Chunin. Next, a year later, Naruto and Jiraiya returned to Konoha to reunite with Kakashi and Sakura to support the Sand Village. After the attack of Deidara and Sasori on the village. Not long before that, when they arrived at the Sand Village, Naruto's team helped rescue Kankuro, who had been poisoned by Sasori. At the same time, Chio also joined the team to rescue the Kazekage. At that time, Gaara had died because Shikaku was extracted from his body. During the rescue of Gaara, Kakashi's team received help from Gai's team and encountered Itachi and Kisame. Sakura was also separated with Chio and fought with Sasori. As a result, Sasori died, and Itachi, Kisame, and Deidara retreated after completing their mission. Chio performed a forbidden technique to revive Gaara. At the same time, she ended her life and entrusted the future of the Sand Village to the young Kazekage. The journey of Kakashi's and Gai's teams ended and they returned to Konoha. Kakashi was hospitalized due to injuries from the previous battle. A new Team 7 was formed under the leadership of Yamato and a new member named Sai. During this time, Kakuzu and Haiden also successfully captured the 2 Tails Yujito, the 3 Tails Isabu, and the 4 Tails was also sealed by Akatsuki. About 9 months after the battle at the Sand Village, Konoha pursued Haiden and Kakuzu. Asuma confronted both of them and died at the hands of Haiden. After receiving the news of Asuma's death, Team 10, along with Kakashi and Naruto, set out to track down Haiden and Kakuzu for revenge. As a result, Haiden was buried alive by Shikamaru in the forest managed by the Nara clan. Kakuzu was killed by Naruto's Futon Raisin Shuriken technique. Also around this time, Sasuke was attempted by Orochimaru to take over his body, but failed. He left and formed Team Hibi with Yugo, Karen, and Suigetsu. Then they encountered Deidara, who had to blow himself up. About a month after the battle with Kakuzu and Haiden, Jiraiya went to the Rain Village by himself to look for information about Akatsuki. He clashed with Pain and was killed at the age of 54. He also discovered that his students were the leaders of the Akatsuki organization and the secret of the 6 paths of pain. At the same time, Sasuke and Itachi fought to the death. Itachi sealed Orochimaru, who was hiding in Sasuke's body, causing him to disappear, and he also died. Sasuke awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan before his brother's death and changed the name of his team from Hibi to Taka and joined Akatsuki with the goal of destroying Konoha. This was due to the influence of Tobi on Sasuke after Itachi's death. 17 years after Naruto was born, Team Taka went to the Cloud Village to fight with Killer Bee with the goal of capturing the 8 Tails. At the same time, Pain decided to attack Konoha to capture the 9 Tails. Many shinobi of Konoha died in the battle. The battle ended when Naruto returned to the village from Mount Myaboku to learn Sage Mode and won. Then Nagato performed the Gedo Rinna Tensei no Jutsu to revive all the shinobi of Konoha who died in the battle, and he also died as a result. After the battle with Pain, Konoha was severely damaged. Tsunade was seriously injured after the battle and could not return to be Hokage. Danzo was appointed as the temporary 6th Hokage. Also at this time, Tobi began to open the 4th Great Ninja War, the largest war in the history of the shinobi world. A short time after taking office, Danzo attended the meeting of the 5 Kage to discuss the issue of Sasuke and Akatsuki. During the meeting, Sasuke and Team Taka attacked and caused the 4th Raikage to lose an arm. Then Sasuke fought with Danzo and successfully killed him, and also learned more information about Itachi's mission to exterminate his clan. He also met Naruto, Kakashi, and Sakura again, but he left once more. About 2 months after the 5 Kage summit, Naruto and Killer Bee train on Genbu to control the power of the Nine Tails. During this time, Kisame committed suicide after losing the guy in the battle on Genbu Island, while Obito went to meet Konan to find Nagato's body and take back the Rinnegan. About 6 months later, the 4th Ninja War officially began by Kabuto and Tobi. Edo Tensei was performed by Kabuto to revive the great shinobi who had died and join the war, creating an army of the dead. The 5 great powers formed the largest shinobi alliance ever, with 5 units and their captains, including Darui of the Cloud Village as the captain of the 1st unit, Kitsuchi of the Rock Village as the captain of the 2nd unit, Kakashi of the Leaf Village as the captain of the 3rd unit, Mifune of the Iron Country as a samurai and the captain of the 5th unit, and Gaara Kazekage of the Sand Village as the captain of the 4th unit and also the commander of the alliance. The battle was fierce between the alliance and the army of Obito and Kabuto. One after another, the famous shinobi were revived to fight, from the 7 swordsmen of the Mist Village, the Gold and Silver Brothers of the Cloud Village, the 5 Sound Village, and some former members of Akatsuki. Even the former Kage of the Sand, Cloud, Mist, Rock, and even Uchiha Madara were revived to join the battle. The former Jinchuriki were used by Obito to deal with Naruto and Bee when they entered the battle, but they all failed. Before that, Naruto and Bee had met Itachi and Nagato and successfully released Kabuto from Itachi. This led to the end of the war when Kabuto was defeated and the Impure World reincarnation was undone. At the same time, they resolved all the grudges between Itachi and Sasuke from before. The battle at this time was of the entire alliance force against Uchiha Madara and Uchiha Obito. Finally, after performing Edo Tensei with Orochimaru to summon the 4 previous Hokage, they also joined the Shinobi Alliance war with Naruto. Sasuke defeated Obito. While in the form of the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Madara was fully revived with the Gedo Rinna Tensei no Jutsu and became the next host of the Ten Tails. At this point, Naruto and Sasuke were seriously injured, then received the power from the Sage of 6 Paths and defeated Madara. But unexpectedly, Madara was betrayed by Black Zetsu to revive Kaguya. Naruto and Sasuke successfully sealed her and put an end to the 4th Ninja War. But until then, the story was not over. Sasuke was not really satisfied with the final result. He still had a battle that was still unfinished. That was the battle with the person who always considered him his best friend, Naruto. Sasuke was the only one left with the Rinnegan, but he did not undo the infinite Tsukuyomi. Naruto and Sasuke continued their old battle at the Valley of the End. They both unleashed all the power they had in their long journey of searching for strength. And in the end, Sasuke had to admit defeat and surrender to Naruto's strong will. They released the infinite Tsukuyomi together. With the remaining arm of each person, the journey of Naruto and Sasuke really ended. 1 year after the Great Ninja War, Hatake Kakashi became the 6th Hokage. At that time, Kakashi had a correspondence with a girl and Naruto thought that the 6th was in love. However, there was nothing vague between them. He was a person who always had sadness in his heart even though he held a new position as a powerful 6th Hokage. Meanwhile, an incident occurred in the New World of Peace and Order of the Ninja. Uchiha Sasuke also left the village to carry out secret missions. 2 years later, Sakura opened a psychological therapy room for children in the Leaf Village. She also went with Ino and Kakashi to the Sand Village to set up a similar therapy room. Kakashi continued to receive an investigation mission about the Lord being attacked at the hot spring. When they arrived at the Sand Village, they were told by Gaara about a person who looked like Sasuke who was approaching the terrorist group and selling weapons to attack the Leaf Village. In the end, this was a trap set up by Kido and a medical ninja named Manga to frame Sasuke. Sakura's group decided to solve this problem and fight with Kido's gang. The battle ended with Sasuke's appearance and ended the whole incident. 3 years after the Great Ninja War, Uzumaki Naruto and Hyuga Hinata got married. At the same time, there were also a few couples who became husband and wife during this time, such as Ino Sai, Shikamaru Temari, Sakura Sasuke, Choji Karui. Sometime later, Uchiha Sakura, Uzumaki Boruto and Uzumaki Kihimawari were born. 8 years after the Great War, Naruto became the 7th Hokage, and a meeting of the 5 great Kage was established to discuss the remnants of Kagaya once again. Uchiha Sasuke left the village shortly after that. These are the main developments in the popular manga Naruto. I hope the video helped you relive the memories of the past with the unforgettable childhood movie of the brothers sitting here and after this video. I hope you haven't watched the manga anime yet and will be interested in the world of the ninja and look for the comic to experience. I guarantee you will be fascinated by the story of the deep lessons about friendship, humanity, ambition, optimism, or perseverance. Remember to press the subscribe button and the bell notification button to not miss the next videos. Thank you for watching the video. See you again in the next videos.